Hello, fourth grade. This is Kate from the Beverly Public Library, and I'd like to talk to you today about this year's summer reading program, Imagine Your Story, and a few of the books on our summer reading list. All of the information I'm giving to you today can be found on our website, beverlypubliclibrary.org. This year, our summer reading program runs from June 22nd till August 14th, and we would like you to read 720 minutes or 12 hours over the summer. And you have a couple of different ways that you can track your reading. First is the Beanstack app. It can be downloaded to a phone or a tablet, or it can be used on your computer. We will also have a printable log if you would prefer to keep track of your minutes on paper. If you complete the 720 minutes, you will be eligible to win a raffle. Some of our raffle prizes are $20 book gift cards to Copper Dog Books or the Book Shop at Beverly Farms. We are also giving away a signed hockey stick from last season's Boston Bruins, as well as a signed hockey jersey from this season's Boston Bruins. If you are keeping track of your reading in the Beanstack app, you will automatically be entered into the raffle when you finish your 720 minutes. If you are only keeping track on paper, then you will need to take a picture of your completed log and send it to mcclory@noblenet.org. We have also joined a statewide challenge this year that is sponsored by the First Lady of the Commonwealth and Blades, the Boston Bruins mascot. The goal for our library this summer is 250,000 minutes. This is not in addition to the minutes that you will be reading. Your 720 minutes will count towards our goal. If we reach our goal, we will be eligible to win more Boston Bruins prizes, which we will then put into the raffle for his children to win. In addition to the reading portion of our program, we are hosting a few special events this summer. The first is on Tuesday, July 14th, 6:30 p.m. via Zoom. Author Mark Parisi of the Marty Pants series will be giving a special presentation that includes a drawing segment and a chance to ask him questions at the end. On Tuesday, July 21st, 6:30 p.m. via Zoom, we are holding our summer graphic novel book club. We are reading Artemis Fowl, the graphic novel by Ewan Colfer. Artemis Fowl is a teenage genius criminal mastermind whose father has disappeared and whose family wealth has declined. He can't find his father, but he does believe he has a solution to his family's money problems. He has decided to kidnap a fairy and hold her for ransom for fairy gold. This is available as an ebook through Hoopla on the library website with unlimited checkouts. Both the author Mark Parisi program and the graphic novel book club require registration through the library's event calendar. Our third program is on Thursday, July 23rd, 2 p.m. via Facebook and does not require registration. Wildlife Encounters will be presenting Animals of the World. This is a great program if you are interested in animals. Now I'd like to tell you about a few of the books on our summer reading list. Candace's grandmother believed that the Parker inheritance was real. She believed so strongly that she risked both her career and her reputation to find it. Both were destroyed. But she didn't stop believing. Instead, she left all the clues she had to Candace. Candace is intrigued when she finds an old envelope in her grandmother's attic, an envelope that says, follow the path, solve the puzzle. Inside, she finds the letter that led to her grandmother's downfall, the letter that challenged her to find a fortune and to right an old wrong. With the help of her new friend Brandon, Candace decides that she will decipher the clues, find the fortune, and restore her grandmother's legacy. But can she and Brandon solve a decades-old mystery and bring justice to a family that was horribly wronged? You can find out in The Parker Inheritance by Varian Johnson. That's one of my favorite books. There's a lot that Mia doesn't want her classmates to know about her when she starts fifth grade. She lives in a motel instead of a house, and she doesn't just live there, she also works there with her parents. She wants to be a writer, even though she's still struggling a little bit with English grammar. And not only that, she and her parents are sneaking in fellow immigrants who need a place to stay. The owner of the motel, Mr. Yao, would be furious if he found out, and Mia and her family would lose their jobs and their homes. But these people are desperate and they need a place to stay. Mia and her parents live in constant fear. But then Mia comes up with an idea that's so big and so outrageous, it can't possibly work, right? This is Front Desk by Kelly Yang, another one of my favorites. Living in Florida, Ken swam among the reefs of the Florida Keys. They were full of life and color, large, elaborate homes for the creatures of the sea. As Ken grew older, he learned how to dive, He studied fish and the oceans, and he started a live rock farm. But as time went on, Ken noticed that the coral reefs were changing. They were losing color, and there were less fish and sea urchins. The coral reefs were dying, and Ken wasn't sure how to save them. Then one day, staghorn coral made its way to Ken's live rock farm. By law, they now belonged to him. He could sell them, but instead he and his daughter came up with an idea. Maybe they could use the staghorn coral to bring the dead reefs back to life. So that is what they tried to do. And in The Brilliant Deep, Rebuilding the World's Coral Reefs by Kate Messner and illustrated by Matthew Forsythe, you can find out how Ken and his daughter created the Coral Restoration Foundation that is helping bring reefs back to life around the world. And this is one of the nonfiction books on our summer reading list. First, Zach's horrible sister and her friends tied him up, gave him a terrible makeover, and then posted it to YouTube. Then his sister's best friend ate the last piece of his birthday cake. He didn't think that his night could get any worse, but Zach was so wrong. Now there are zombies everywhere, and Zach, his best friend Rice, and his sister's best friend Madison are on the run in his mother's car. And his sister, well, she turned into a zombie, so they stuck her in the back of the car and brought her along anyway. Can the zombie chasers find a cure and save Zach's sister? Will they be able to save the night? You can find out in The Zombie Chasers by John Klepfer. Red wants to escape from her annoying foster family, so for the millionth time, she runs away. But this time when she runs away, something different happens. Instead of being returned, she is accidentally abducted by aliens. Now Red is a stowaway on a UFO trying to stay out of sight. And then things get worse when the spaceship crash lands on an uncharted planet. Luckily for Red, she does make friends with a small gray alien named Tawe, and the two of them work to avoid the dangerous Aquilari and to stay out of the clutches of the hungry beasts that roam the planet. Can Red and Tawe find a place to be safe? And will Red ever find a place that truly makes her feel at home? In Red's Planet by Eddie Pittman, and this is one of the graphic novels on our summer reading list. Morgan Crow is considered a cursed child because of the day of her birth. When anything goes wrong in the city of Jackalfax, Morgan Crow is blamed. This could be something as big as death by heart attack or something as small as a ruined batch of marmalade. Morgan Crow shoulders the sorrow of all the people around her. And not only that, she is destined to die at midnight on her 11th birthday. But for Morgan, death comes early. But luckily for her, so does Captain Jupiter North. Jupiter whisks her away from her death and takes her to the unknown land of Nevermore, where people jump off buildings and float down with magical umbrellas for fun, where she lives in a hotel that is ever-changing and has a housekeeper that is a giant cat that talks. Morgan also finds out that Jupiter has entered her into the trials for the Wondrous Society, whereas if she is accepted, she will find family, respect, and friends, something that Morgan has never had. But there are only 9 spots available in the Wondrous Society, and there are 500 candidates. If Morgan doesn't succeed, she'll be sent back to Jackalfax, where her death awaits her. This is the first book, Nevermore, The Trials of Morgan Crow by Jessica Townsend, another one of my very favorite books. I hope that you're interested in some of the books that I've talked to you about today and that you will join our summer reading program. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact the library. Have a great summer.